Hello, hello everybody, welcome back. I am here in Isengard. Our contract has been completed. I cannot tell you how excited I am. I haven't even gone into my hangar to see it. I haven't tried to jump into it. I wanted to do that with you. I really wanted to get the full, transaction and everything um, on stream, but I thought maybe that would be a bad idea just because it could bring in unwanted individuals looking for an easy target. Hi, Jenner. Hi, Corby. How you doing? So first off, we'll start with our conversations. Uh, Wonderful person. Runezwag, Runeshwag. Had a great conversation with him. This was not long after I posted yesterday on the Eve Echoes trade market forum thing. Hi Corian. Thank you for the follow as well. Good to see you. So, reached out to me saying he'd have an Aeon in about 10 hours. I'm interested. He's just waiting on it to build, so it's a fresh Aeon, never been used before. That's pretty cool. Good to know. I don't know where exactly it came from, however, I do know I need to say thank you to ODIF and Trog for working so diligently with me. Very well done. They brought it all the way over to Isengard. We talked a little bit about how we want to set up the contract, and then I added a few extra things into the contract. Like fuel, extra rigs, and modules. Help them out a little bit in case they need to refit it to get that home safely. Um, Super glad I finally got my hands. So if you noticed it right at the beginning, the Aeon. That's what we've got in our hangar. Now I think I can actually pull up previous contracts here. There it is. Hey Enigma, good to see you. That was our contract. 762 billion ISK, and we got our hands on the Aeon. Speaking of the Aeon, we'll have a look at some of the skills I have for it, because I don't necessarily have all the skills, and I certainly don't have Advanced or Expert, because they are just so expensive. But we have level 4 in Light Fighter Upgrade. We have level 5 in Heavy Fighter Operation. We have level 5 in Advanced Fighter. And we have level 5 in Advanced Carrier Command. We also have level 5 in Advanced Armor Command bonus. We do not have our Expert Jump Drive yet. I also do not have the Advanced Energy Neutralizer. Eventually I will probably look at scaling into at least these two skills. Because if I need to bring this thing out to nullsec and join a corporation or an alliance, that will be a requirement for flying an Aeon in those environments. So, there we have it. That's our first super. And I'm very, very happy with the deal that I got. While I would have liked to have kept some of these fighters around, I am not going to turn it down. Thank you for the sub, Corian. I appreciate it. I can just buy new fighters. It's no problem. But for the value that I was offering, which was 3 high-set capable carriers, a fully fitted, rigged, and everything, and then 3 Phoenix bodyguards, mostly rigged, but fully fitted, and fueled on all of them. Here comes the hype train. Thank you, Corby. I appreciate it. Man, I am just so excited. Alright. I guess, without further ado, we're gonna jump into it. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Oh, cool. Thank you for the follow. I thought you were already followed a while ago. Oh. Oh. So exciting. Holy hell. You had to refollow again, no! Alright, now you're just a double follower. Ah, yeah. Thank you, Jenner, for the sub. Or the gifted sub, I should say. Ah, yeah, look at you guys go. Thank you for the support. Honestly, I really would not be in this position with a super if it wasn't for you guys. Because of you guys, I wanted to be able to show off all of these things on stream and be able to show it off on YouTube. And that has only put me in a position that now I can show off a Supercarrier. I cannot tell you the level of excitement that is within me. And I'm trying so hard not to just, like, blow up the microphone. This is a day that I never thought I would see. I gotta take a screenshot here. Oh. Okay. So with the Supercarrier comes one of the most absolute hype hangar changes in the game. So, take a look at this hangar. It's the same hangar we've seen for a really long time. Pretty cool, though. It can fit up to dreadnoughts. The Super has its own. You ready for this? Oh, I can't wait. We're gonna hit set active. And there we go. That is our new hangar. Now, one of the downsides to this hangar is you can't zoom in, you can't zoom out, you can't spin the screen around. But look at that hangar, man. Each of these little ports here that you see on the left and right, that is that exit that you saw from our previous hangar. Actually, I do have a level 30 bombard. It's just a little unfortunate that I can't spin the screen around and have a look at the Aeon at all. But it's pretty cool. Alright. So now to show you what I've been bringing down here. Stackle. 83 billion ISK worth of equipment I had to move down here over the last 2 weeks. Now, we won't have access to these two quite yet, because it's just really expensive to try to fit the 3P here. And then, on the 4P, I'm just waiting for Jinner to finish off my last two. I'm just waiting for my last two defense enhancers. Yes, we did only trade for the hull. I bought all of this over the last 2 weeks, and half of it I bought over the last 10 hours. Once I knew which ship I was getting. Hype trade level 2, hell yeah! Unlock a random emote. I don't know which one we got. Cool. That's awesome. Let's see. How do I know which one we got? Don't know. But yeah, so that's what we're working with here. I even put myself in like 3 million heavy water down here. Yay! Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. Alright, we got the laughing dog thing. Called Good One. Man, how hype is this? Yeah, Kua. Let's try to get you in a super. I mean, you're gonna be looking at about 700 to 800 billion. I will say it's a lot easier to get a super if you have the ISK rather than the assets. If you have ISK, I've seen supers like the Aeon go for as low as 600 billion. But I've also seen, things like the Wyvern or the Nyx or the Hell going for about 800 billion. So, being my assets were worth 762 billion, I was a little on the high end for an Aeon, but it's still a super. I am not complaining. I think the even better part of this is when the event comes around for the anniversary event, and if the universal treasure boxes are available, I will still have access to 3 Lancer Dreadnoughts. Which is way, way cool. I'm so hyped. Alright, so I guess we're gonna get started on fitting this thing. I think we're only, what, like 7 hours away, Jinner? Right? 7 hours from getting the fighter defense enhancers that I need? Ah, look at that thing. Ah, I can't help myself. It is so good. I have been wanting this hangar alone for so long. Ever since the supers came out and the hangar changed to fit it, I have been wanting that. Alright, let's jump into the fittings. Holy shit. Look at this monster. Now, the funny part is I feel like I had an Aeon skin at one point, and I think I sold it. I believe I had this skin at one point, and I sold it. I think I sold that skin for like 500 million ISK or something like that at the time. Because there was like 300 of them on the market. Anyway. Ugh, where do we even start? There are so many slots here. And now think about this, but a Titan would have an additional 3 high slots. I do not have the high slot modules, so don't worry about that. So the original fit we went with had 2 Nosferatus, the Armor Command Burst, and I can't fit a network sensor because I thought I could, but the Capital Grappler. Now, since I don't have my hands on the super command thingy, I'm just gonna throw the skirmish command on here. I don't know if that's worth having on here. The only other thing I would do is throw on, like, a Predator Web or an Imperial Navy Capital Nosferatu, just one more of them. Maybe that would be a good idea. We'll do the fighters last. Okay, we've got 2 C-types. We've got 3. I don't know, do you want to do a DPS fit, or do we want to go more tank? But here's what I'm gonna tell you. You, Alright, you want to see DPS? Okay, we'll throw on, one more red. We'll do 4 of these. I mean, already we're starting with 12 million EHP, by the way. Yeah, I think we should eat DR4-1 for the first run. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, let's go ahead and get our 4 CCCs on here. So I want that one to be my 4P. I want this to be the 3P, which has auxiliary nano pump, thermal pump, and nano accelerator. So we're gonna go ahead and fit that. We're gonna go ahead and throw on our... Oh. What? Oh. Okay, wait a minute. There we go. So this is our siege modification. We'll get extra armor, extra shield, extra structure, faster fighter reload time, I think that is, and a 20% damage transfer for the fighters. So it doesn't provide us DPS, but it does provide our fighters with survivability. Okay, let's fit that back up. Okay, so our last two here was gonna be a capital auxiliary nanopump, unless I can fit the 3Ps for 9 billion if. Hmm. Oh yeah. I definitely want to do Dormant Realms. Um, so what I let go of was a few modules and like 3 rigs, the Phoenix Bodyguards with their fits and some fuel, the Lucent Moons with their fighter fits, and the Shanghai. Yeah, bring them in. Bring everything in. We'll have a celebration. But that's everything. 762 billion ISK worth of assets. Yeah, it's a lot, but I have actually increased my asset value doing this. Not only is a supercarrier not only is a supercarrier extremely valuable in terms of ISK, but it's also a major powerhouse for alliances and corporations. So my asset value went up, and now my grasp on being able to work around alliances and corporations has increased a bunch. I can now more freely work with them and figure out a deal that is good for me. I do think that whatever alliance I choose to end up doing, it will have to be an alliance that is very good with protection detail. But for now, this ship will be sitting in. This ship will be sitting um, in this hangar until I figure out where I want to go. And it will be a long time before I figure out where I want to go. Alright, let's see DPS. What? They were cheap. So, funny enough, the Federation Navy Cyclopses you see here is only like 1.2 billion ISK, and the Republic Fleet tier things were like almost a billion, maybe. Maybe even like half a billion, like 500 million. Alright, so that's where it's starting. Remember, I don't have any of my DPS modules yet. No. That's in total. Heavy fighters are cheap. So this will be... Chrysler Fortuner. Yeah. You have to build all of yours. Okay. I really want to do this. But I don't know if there's somebody sitting outside the hangar. That's not even really cold DPS. That's like frozen DPS because the fighter damage modules, they're constantly active. So you're like frozen DPS, not even cold. Okay. I don't think there's anybody outside this thing, and if there is, I can just dock real quick.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah, there's definitely Concord turrets, so I should be fine. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't, like, someone sitting right there. Yeah, definitely don't want to shoot back. Alright. So, we're looking at 39,000 DPS, like, frozen. Or, yeah, 39,000. Good lord. That's a number, right? So, this is kind of like... Oh my god. It's so big it breaks the game. $75,000. You know what? That's a good, look at it. It float. Alright, so, already starting with about 22 million EHP. We're getting, 62,000 armor repair every 9.7 seconds. And that's without our last DPS module, by the way. We should be somewhere around, like, 80 after I get that DPS. Capacitor's a little rough with this fit. But I don't need to survive more than 8 minutes in Dormant Realm. I also don't have the, heal, so let me go ahead and dock back up.
Docking request accepted.
I feel like I'm not doing this thing justice. Alright, so I need fuel. No, it is not kept stable. It can go 8 minutes as hard as it can, and that's without using fuel. Let's see how much fuel. Oh my god. 10 million fuel that this thing can carry. And then it also has the... Wait, doesn't it have those special bays? Yes. Ammo hold, fighter bay, and fuel tank. Hell yes. Alright, so... Yeah, only 2 of us here now. And I'm healed up, so let's see what we're at with the armor command burst. Look at the tiny station! That's what that is! It's a graphical bug. Look at the tiny station. Good God, that's impressive. Alright. So, with that, 26 million EHP. Still 62. Oh my god. They still have 62,000 armor repair, 30,000, or 3,000 hit rolls activation cost with a 9.76 second activation. So, very nice. We now have 9 minutes of capacitor stability.
Docking request accepted.
Oh, good question. IP. $309,000 at minimum. Hey, Evan. Thank you for the congratulations. Yeah, if it was at a 70% discount, I think I would almost have enough. Yeah, that's crazy. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and fit it the way that I would actually fit it. Because this was my ideal fit that I came up with yesterday. I would like to get those 3 Ps though. Alright, let's go ahead and see what it is with my... I don't have any of the top slots for this thing. But that would be the neutralizer thing. We're at 37 million EHP currently. 88, 88, 82, and 89. Not the greatest, but also not bad. If I use my damage control, we shoot right up to 76 million EHP. 94, 94, 91, and 95. While that is active. With this fit, I do only have 62,000 DPS. Only.
Docking request accepted.
Go big or go home, am I right? Yeah, unfortunately, that's not really where I want to be. I want to be around that 90% mark. So, real quickly, let's go ahead and jump over to Suite and show you what the actual intention is. I believe I messed around on this one. Okay, so the intention here is to have the 4P that I have with 17% damage bonus, the activation time, the flight velocity, and the AHP. We have one of these 3Ps. I don't remember which one I have right now. But it'll have 40%, 40%, 40% for kinetic, thermal, and explosive. Then we will have a explosive, kinetic, and nanobot accelerator. And then the last one will be a thermal, repair, augmenter, and nanopump. That puts our... I don't think the armor repair is calculated correctly here, but yeah. Armor hardener, armor hardener, armor hardener, damage control, 2 fighter arrays. So that would be our base resistance here. And then with damage control, puts it at 94, 95, 95, and 95. With 125 plus million EHP. Because things are not being calculated correctly. But that's the goal. That's kind of what we're after. This was the one that I was trying to figure out last night on how I could make this work. I ended up going with activation time, I believe. Yes. So this one's a max skill character. But if I went with, like, no skills, you can see how it affects everything. But we're really close to that 40 million right now. Alright, let's get back to it. Okay, so I don't know what I want to do for the next little bit. I guess we could all go and nuke a dormant realm. Does anyone want to nuke a 4-1? Or a few 4-1s? I also need to try with the Yeah. Alright, so who all wants in? Jinner, Kua. Jinner. Kua. Who did you fall under again? What was your in-game name? Hi, Snoopy. Welcome. Look what I have. Yeah, Kua, what was your in-game name? So I can get you back in here. I can't remember. Was it the same name? Ultra Slash. Okay, thank you. See, do I still have you in here? No. Okay. Well, I don't want to lose the ship quite yet. I do need to feel out the damage on the... Nice. On the, I can't remember what they're called anymore, the Chaos Storms. I need to see what kind of damage the Chaos Storm is going to do to us. God, we've already been going for an hour? Holy hell. Okay. We have room for, what is it, one more? Who else wants to join in? Yeah, but if I can get more people in here, you might as well. I mean, we'll kill it in like 1 minute or something like that. We're gonna do Dormant Realm 4-1, real quick. I need to do 2 runs. I need to do one with Aerospace, one with Bombard. To get a feel for each one. And then I also need to get a feel for the damage of the Chaos Storms. See what those things are putting out on a super. After that, we'll jump into a 410, I think. Okay, nobody else want to join in? Oh my goodness, there's so many of you here today. Thank you for being here. Yeah, basically I want to stress test it without, losing it, because... um, 312,000 IP is a lot. I am definitely going to have to get my hands on some IP during the next event. I'm going to be doing Arrow. Yep. Yeah, it's 26,000 more flex on top of what I have. Good lord. I love flying giant ships that I can't afford to fly. Okay. Oh, man, I wish I had those rings for the DPS. That would have been really nice. Okay, let's go Nuka level 1, just because it'll be funny. On my frozen Aeon, yes. Alright, let's see what aerospace does to
Docking.
these things, and if my fighters will survive all of this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and orbit the tower. Put that there. I don't know why we don't have audio.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, it's funny that the Lucent Moon is literally as big as a super. I'm doing 117,000 per hit here? Or is that 120,000 per hit? Optimal range is 19.
Docking request accepted.
2 minutes. Okay, next up we're gonna try Bombard. I do have Bombard level 30. Oh, but I've got a, I need to buy another one of those, by the way. And what do we have here? We've got drone HP versus flight velocity. We've got bomb reactivation versus bomb damage. Is it going to be better for me to go bomb activation or bomb damage in DR4? That's a question I had. Oh, thank you, Kubi, for the bits. I appreciate it. I missed that about 30 minutes ago. And thank you all so much for the activation of velocity. Awesome. So we don't want the drone and fighter HP on this. Maybe only in DR3 you would go with HP. Interesting. Velocity for both, interesting. If you're on top of what you're doing, and I'm not. This will be my first time with a super and heavy fighters. Okay. Let me set the orbit for these drones to 12, because they're optimal. Oh, something I just thought about. I also need to try with the tier things. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So the tier things I want to use for GR4 because they have the explosive damage. Yes, we're gonna lose a little bit of DPS, but we should make up for that in the resistance profile of the Sleeper Centrum, and we could actually be able to do more. So we are going for Bombard on this one. And the tier things. I need to do another one with
Undocking.
the tier things in, what you call it? Yeah, I don't even see you. It's so funny. Like, you're inside.
We're under attack.
Look at the tiny little Nidhogg or Basago thing.
We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled.
Ah, darn it. 80,000. 337,000 damage per hit on that. If I don't mess it up, you know? Man, these tier things are
We're
slow.
under attack.
Alright, I want to see what kind of damage these output. $209. Good lord. They didn't even put other bombs out.
Docking request accepted.
So I messed that up pretty big time. Okay, we're gonna try that again, but at a higher tier. Alright? We're at level 6 now that we're gonna try.
Undocking.
Yeah.
We're under attack.
135. 315. 337.
We're under attack.
One 133. 340. 300. 250. 250. 182. Nice.
Docking request accepted.
I think aerospace is better, in my opinion. I think there's just too much micromanaging for Bombard. Okay, let's go ahead and swap over to aerospace for me. No, I do not have a core yet for it. How you doing today, Sid? Okay, we are on aerospace implant this time with the tier things. We're looking for a number higher than 120,000 on our individual hits. Hell yeah.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
This is level 6.
Shield damaged.
Come on, just bring your shield down. I know he will die. 188. 93. I don't know what's better. Oh, good. The fighters are now taking damage. You know, that is one good thing about lightweight ships and fighters and stuff.
We're under attack.
Docking request accepted.
Because they can get targeted by the bubble. But I don't think they ever actually take damage from the bubble. I don't know. Okay, so let's try swapping out to... This, we'll swap to the Federation Cyclopses, we'll go with Aerospace, and we'll do level 6 again. I love being able to absolutely nuke level 4. Aerospace with the Federation, whatever the hell they are, Cyclops. See how they perform on this
Undocking.
level. 35% resistance on thermal is not that bad to deal with. Yeah, it is. Is it really 100k IP in Dormant? I didn't look.
We're being warp scrambled.
104k. Nice. I can actually replace it if something goes really wrong. Actually, in the meantime here, okay, it feels kind of similar. I think we're getting slightly higher numbers on the Federation Navy Cyclops versus the Turfings. Uh, uh,
We're being warp scrambled. Fleet collecting fire.
I was gonna have us nuke one of those,
Docking request
yeah,
accepted.
that's so much better. That is so much better. I mean, we're talking about cutting my time by 2/3 from what I was doing with the Phoenix bodyguards. Of course, you've got me, Jinner, and Kua with insane ships. Visago, a really souped up, uh, Lucent Moon, and then a Super. Like, damn. Of course it's gonna be fast, but it's really too bad I don't have any level 10 runs available. Let's take the Super into Surge Attack. Damn. Having an all X-type Lucent Moon would be insane. I do have a guy that can make them, but you probably have a guy as well in your corporation or alliance. I can only stare at your Super. You'll have one eventually if you really want it. But it's not necessary. This is like stupid levels of things that I want to do. Yeah, so compensation on the Super is 105,000 IP. Which means if something goes wrong, I can still cover it. Never fly what you can't afford to lose. And apparently I can afford to lose it. Once. I have traded for it. So I traded all of the capitals that I had, which was one Shanghai, 2 Lucent Moons, and 3 Phoenix Bodyguards, to get my hands on it. Ooh, nice. I don't know if anyone wants to keep going. It's just kind of fun. I think it's stupid fun. I should do one of these solo. But I also need to figure out how much damage it's going to be doing to my armor. So if you guys just want to sit there, do not attack. I'm going to see... Yeah, I'm going to see if, what's possible here and what kind of damage it's doing to my armor.
Attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I want to see how long this takes as a solo super.
We're being warp scrambled.
Or if it's even actually feasible. I mean, it's feasible, but, like, I need to see what kind of damage he's doing to my armor, I guess. Because nothing else is doing damage. It's just gonna be me. Okay, here comes another bubble, I think. Ah. Okay, well. At least I really don't have to worry about that. Because he's gonna keep using his bubble on my drones. Or my fighters, I should say. If you want, go ahead and kill the capital ships that spawn in. If you want to have some fun with it.
We're being warp scrambled. We're under attack.
Here comes another EMP. So this is where I think I'm gonna have to put... Okay. So on the bright side, he tends to throw... Okay, so this one's taking damage. So some of these have taken damage, but not much. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Ronnie? Ronnie.
Docking request accepted.
Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the follow. How are you doing today? What are you working on? Man, that's so good. Oh, that is so good. I don't even need the second armor repair. Like, I might need it if I got unlucky. and he was targeting those bubbles on me, but literally everything was targeted on the drones after the first one. So I don't have to worry about getting absolutely nuked off the field by those things. That's cool. Let me try that same thing, but with, I don't really need to try with Bombard. I don't think it's necessary for me to try. I guess it would be a good change, though. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try, right? Okay, so this will be the same idea. Let me kill him. You can kill anything else if you want to. We already know I tank pretty well. Yep, no problem, Jinner. Or, Kua. Thank you.
Undocking.
We're under attack.
Let's see what this does to him.
We're under attack.
That's pretty good damage, I will say.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Okay, so it's not too bad of damage.
Under attack. We're under attack.
Give me just a moment and he'll be out of his shield. Yep, here comes the Capitals.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Oh, there goes one.
We're under attack.
Alright. I don't know how that did in terms of time.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah, look at Jitter go. Yeah, that was pretty good. I like it. I don't know which one did better there. Whether it was the aerospace or the bombard. I feel like bombard was quicker. That's so good. I love it. I'm happy that I finally have, like, a really decent and solid way to get through. Yeah, Bombard's not max level yet, and then neither is my aerospace. Yeah, I think it requires 2 level 45 Bombard implants, Jitter. And 2 supers. Which I have no problem resetting some of my implants to try to get to 200, the level 45 implant. Especially since I can activate it while they're in space and they get their bombs back. That's such an improvement for being at level 45. Yeah, I think aerospace level 45 is not that much extra damage. It's like 15%, but they lose half of their shield. And then I've got another, like... Yeah, we might be able to do 310 and 410. What do I need for 310? Do I need to go back to lightweight fighters? Or can I go with the heavy fighters? No problem. But we should be able to do 310 and 410, like, really easily. I think I can actually do 310 today. Yeah, we haven't done any DR3 yet. I mean, I've got plenty of fighters, and they're cheap as hell, so... I think on DR3 I'd rather have aerospace. Uh-oh. Oh, yep, there goes Jenner. Yeah, no problem. I can't do DR410 until, well, Monday is really when I should do it. But 310, we can do 310 today. That is available. I'd rather have my DPS mods and um, my implants. Or, not my implants, my integrations first. Before we do 310. So I'll see what I can make happen. But for now, I think I'm going to say thank you for joining me today and having fun with my first time in a super and learning how the super works a little bit, just kind of getting a feel for it in Dormant Realms, since it is going to be my main Dormant Realm ship. Um, if there are any suggestions that you have for how I should be handling this ship, or if I should be changing something to be more efficient, let me know. I would really appreciate the comments and the suggestions. And you guys have been such great help over the last year of me doing this. Um, this was supposed to be kind of like my 1 year anniversary reward, kind of uploading on YouTube and all that, and running Twitch like I have. And thank you, Jenner, for all the help you've been in trying to get me in contact with people and working with me as much as you have. So, thank you all so much, and I will see you probably either tomorrow or for Dormant Realm Monday. I don't know. But I'll see you soon. Take care and be safe.